Well, welcome back. Anthony here with the Garage of Freedoms. I'm working on the 64 Fury. Well, I bought a parts car for the Fury. It's a pile, but it's really not terrible if you squint. All the rails are solid, front and rear. Comes with some trim that I needed, some hood hinges, firewall solid, frame rails are minty. What a gem. Well, started cleaning out the Fury here. The trunk appears to be better than mine. It's got just a little wooey right there. Trim's a little danked, but mine doesn't have it, so I think we're gonna polish her up and use it, bend it into shape. A bunch of rust doesn't fall when I open this one, so it might be better than mine up on this lip here. I started to clean it out. Floors are solid. Bunch of regulators for all the windows that are busted out, I'm sure. As you can see there, glass everywhere. That's for a 66 to 7 B body, apparently. Charger, maybe, I don't know. It was in here, it's labeled. That was nice of them at least. Bunch of glass everywhere. I don't know what that is. Garbage. But I got a little excited. Oh, here we go. We got some bronze acoustic strings there. Don't know how old that is, but it's kind of cool, I guess. But one thing I did find, and I got a little excited. So I already brought them in here to make sure it's the right side that I needed. And I've got the old, these two came with the car. This is the one that came with the good Fury. That one I cleaned up. That's about as good as it gets. This one and this one that came with the parts Fury look like they will clean up a lot better than my original one, so I'm definitely gonna shine those and keep them. And I got trim in the truck still. Well, done messed up. It's the old Sport Fury out there, the old parts car. Came with some side trim. And it's starting to grow on me now. There isn't enough for the whole car, but I got both rear quarters and the passenger door side trim. I got her taped onto the driver's side here, but you get the idea. I kind of dig it. I don't know. Let me know what you all think. I like this clean, simplistic look, but I kind of like the holes filled too. And it does look pretty dang good on there. Versus the no trim. But it does look good with no trim too, so I don't know. So, do I continue to collect it? At that Mopar swap meet earlier this year that I got that hood spear at, it had the front fender trim in the door trim, so I probably should have bought it. But that's the way it goes. You don't know until you get some, and then you kind of like it, but you kind of unsure. Daisy's still unsure. She's staring at it, you know. I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it looks good. I need those Fury letters. Yeah, I need those Fury letters that go underneath the trim there. Either way, I'd like to put that on the quarter. I've only seen one set on eBay and don't want to pull the trigger, so we'll see. Now, I did buy separately with the Sport Fury, you know, hard to find piece of trim, the upper molding there. She's got some dings. There's a ding right there. It's a little mangled. Some dings there, dings there. But overall, looks pretty good on the old phone here. This trim's on the other trunk. I don't know if I'll use that or not. Looks pretty good without it, but it's supposed to just shoot across top of the tail lights there. I don't know. Kind of dig it. Maybe once it's all polished up with this, all polished up, should look pretty good. And then we got that little emblem. I'll have to give that a little silicone, hold it on, help hold it on. Because the screw was too loose and I blew it out, so that's super. Looks pretty sweet. Last piece of trim I needed, I guess. Other than side trim now. I'm an idiot. Starting to like it. I don't know. It looks pretty dang good back here. Not used to it on there, but I kind of dig it. Looks pretty alright. Cleaning up all this glass. It's been in the trunk. Trunk floors are solid. And I found this handicap motorcycle plate. I'm assuming NM, meaning New Mexico. It's kind of got their colors too. But I don't know how old this is, but it's pretty sweet. That'll be a wall hanger. Maybe this car is from New Mexico. Maybe that's why it's so solid still. That's cool. Got all the glass cleaned out, pulled all the plugs. She's pretty solid. Getting a little crusty there. This footwell's good. Below the passenger seat's garb. And then up here's garbage. Driver's front's garbage. Seatbelts. They're pretty rough. Probably won't save those. Take the bolts though. She's pretty solid. I'm gonna get the hose out. We're gonna start cleaning this old girl up here. Got all the plugs out of the trunk so the water can drain once I'm done. Shouldn't have a problem with it draining in the quarters. Looking pretty alright. I realized when editing this video that I jumped around. And we're at the Sport Fury moment. We're talking about that. And then what you don't know is I traded it / sold it for some stuff that I needed for the Fury. Like those Fury emblems or letters. Woo! Came off a 4-door hardtop parts car. The guy's been local, has all the parts I needed. He's within a half an hour. And I've been traveling 3 hours for parts when he had everything I ever needed. So I got another lower trunk trim, which I can show you here. Still not on, that's the same one. It's in the car or on the roof. But anyway, I traded my Sport Fury trim for full set, side to side, a regular Fury trim, because he's got a Sport Fury he's doing. And it's white in the middle, mine is, the trim, which I think will look good. And then I painted the red, white, and blue on it. Because you gotta have that. America, baby. But I got full sides, both sides. And I got it out of my yard, so it doesn't look like poop. But anyway, then I jumped on to what you're gonna see is my brother welding in a patch on the firewall. And then glazing it, painting it, yada yada. Back to where we were. Yesterday I got the, my brother, you'll see in the video, he got the firewall patch banged out. I made it, he trimmed it, welded it, did all the easy stuff for me. And then we're gonna be laying on some Bondo. I got some of this stuff I got from my buddy for free. And we'll be putting a little hardener in there and throwing a coat on her. Sand her down, mask it up, make it look decent. We'll get going on that process, as they say. I don't know, Canadians. But all four of you watching, maybe you learned something. Onward. Well, here's the patch panel we made. You know, I don't know if you can see it, but it's where it was welded. You can tell if you squint a little bit. But there's these little spot welds in this little factory hole. We'll probably just fill that with the mud. And if you see down here, you'll see all this paint. Daisy's crying at me. Anyway, it's paint. Daisy, it's paint. Okay. What we got here is the old Rust-Oleum metallic something. Metallic pale gold, because that's what I had on the shelf. It took this nozzle, and I took a brake clean nozzle, like the whole thing. Got the giant hole with the straw. And since you can't get your hand in there to shoot spray paint, I stole the brake clean nozzle. And I shot her in through the backside, so there's paint on the back of this weld job. And I went through the vent cowls too and shot at it. And then I just kept hosing her down, gave her 2 coats until it started coming out. That way I know she was coated. So now I'm gonna get that stuff all over my hands. And I'm gonna clean this up, mask this off so I keep that line. Mask up here, and then I'm gonna Bondo. And then we'll sand it later. Just comes out like a flood. And then I'll just take a rag and wipe up some of this excessive amounts of drip that we got there. Oh, caught in the rust. Wipe the fender apron off, because we're not going to repaint that. We'll probably just paint from there. Do the firewall. Blow some around the booster there. So let's give this a quick wipe so maybe the masking tape will stick. I gotta get these big bubbles and junk out of here. Oh god. So then that can dry and we can sand it off. Oh goodness. Alright, good enough for now. Now that I got her masked off, we can go ahead and mix up some of that putty Bondo. And we're going to fill in these spot welds here. Might not look totally factory, but I think it'll look better the smoother it is. So that is the plan. And same down here. You'll know it's got some Bondo in it, but maybe nobody will steal the rod, you know? Because you'll still see these spot welds and then whoop, nothing. But whatever, it's my car, you know. And since being the professional body guy that I am, not, I got the goop here. So I'm just gonna scoop a slab out, put her on my board that I just made. I don't know if that's enough. Better add a little more. Sure, that's better. Then we gotta take some of this gunk. We're gonna squirt some of that in there. Get it off my finger. I don't know how much to use, so we'll just see if any comes out. That's probably way too much, so that's good. Try to use my other hand here, sorry. Terrible. We're just gonna mix her in with the old screwdriver. Mix her up real good. Sit you down. Well, as you can see, got her all laid on there thicker than a Snicker. And then we're just gonna peel this tape off because we want it to look good. Okay. See how it makes a nice little line there? So it makes, at least it looks like we didn't throw it on there all willy-nilly. Get off my finger. Oh god. Can't start it. Need baby fingers. And then this stuff should set up. So I'm going to keep that line. And then we kept that body line there too. So when that sets up, I'll sand the heck out of her because I love sanding. That's why I goobed her on there so thick. I'm sure that's what my brother will say the first time he sees it. Why'd you put it on so thick? Because he's the body guy. I don't know. I just turn wrenches. So I'll just give her a little finger action. Okay. Gonna let that dry. Little update on the Fury. Days later, obviously. It's been a while. Well, I guess you don't know from film. But anywho, we got the firewall sanded. It's ready for primer. I sanded the tops of the fenders too. There's a bunch of rust. There's some rust up here on the flat parts of the inner fender. I guess that's still the fender. Anywho, so I got those sanded. Primer all that. Yep, there's the rust there. A bit of rust there. Top of the fenders and the cowl. Got some Bondo there. There's a nice hole and it's too hard to patch. I don't have a patch panel. I sold it for money. So we're gonna Bondo it. And then there was a little skim Bondo there to fill in the low spots. And I did fill in all the little spot welds there that were along the line, but it'll look clean. So that's all ready for primer. And then on the tops of that fender also. That one wasn't too bad, but just keeping it uniform. So we're gonna repaint all that basically from the tape line up and then below the fender line. And the cowl will be done, and then the engine can go in. This is right here. Still, gotta paint that. I got my dual snorkel 383 Super Commando pie plate on there. That thing's gonna look sweet. Help me disguise this 440, but alternator bracket for the bottom. But she'll be ready to drop in. Getting excited. Got her primered up. No more holes. I'd rather welding in a floor patch. Got her all primered. 2 floor patches made. Okay, update on the Fury here. No more rust holes. Might have already said that. Yeah, I think I made a video of this. Couldn't really hear it. Whatever, see it. Got a red oxide primered. Good to go, ready for black. Let me come in the old inside. And we got some floor patching done. There's a nice big old hole there. I had some Bondo all over it. That's how they fixed her. I took a different route. Fixed that one. Fixed that one with the help of my brother. He was the welder, fabricator, extraordinaire, whatever. I just cracked the whip. So, you know, why spend a couple $100 on floor pans when you could just, you know, con your brother into it. And that's what we got. We got solid floors now. Steering wheel needs all the JB weld because it's very crispy. I'm not gonna use that steering wheel because it's Uggo. Factory one's what I want. And then she's solid. Like the old D-wall grinder. Best thing ever. And there's some floor mats. I think those were for me for my first Mopar here. Maybe I'll like it. That's it. That's it for this. Next will be wire wheel on the headliner. Painting it all black. Painting the floor black. Seam sealing it. Grinding those a little bit more. And putting the sound deadener in there. I got some kill mat off the Amazonian website. So that'll be going in next. Stay tuned. Alright, today's the day the Fury's going back to black. Got the old Craftsman here, and we're gonna pull her out of the garage. And I got the swapped rims with my brother. Put the 8 inches on there with my 275/60, and they clear no problems. The 8.5, so I couldn't even lower the jack. It hit on the wheel well there. Anyway, we're gonna pull her out. Alright, a couple days later again, we got the fresh black painted. You can definitely tell there. Dirty, brand new paint, original paint, unbuffed. We got buff paint on that side on the top of the fender. Anywho, we got that fresh paint job. Looking pretty nice. My brother did a good job. Good enough for who it's for anyway. And for what I paid for it, which was, you know, blood relative. So you know it was a pain in the butt. Just get him over here. No, I'm just kidding. Turned out good. Happy with it. Just got to paint the frame rail down there. I'll probably brush it. And then where the patch was on the floor down there under. Also got the hood hinges painted. Actually pretty dry to the touch. One's hanging over here. Heck yeah. Got that from some dude I met on the internet. These Plymouth guys are nice dudes. Not the cheapest things ever, but I didn't get screwed over on those, I don't think. But I got another set without the springs I'm trying to sell and get my money back. Firewall's all dry to the touch. Looks nice. I crawled under the car already and ground and painted where that patch was. Can't even tell. There she is there. Got that one. I'm just gonna fog a little paint on there and do that one. Here we go. A month later, getting back on the ferry. I decided to just cut the whole floor out and buy new, one piece, and that's how it looks primered. Just don't look at that patch there, or that patch there, or those up there. That's factory. Obviously that's a lie. I brush painted it primer. Red oxide. Because I had it on the shelf and it was ready to go. So I gave her the old brush job 5,000. It turned out pretty good. I don't know if I'll do back there after I clean it out, and then I'll do the other side later after I vacuum it. Clean it off. Gotta get the steering wheel redone. She's crisp. Driver's side is done. There's a mystery hole. Looks like somebody shot it or punched it through, which is weird. I don't know. Got that side primered. And I use the old Rust-Oleum heavy metal primer for ultimate rust coverage. Whatever. It says it right there. Anywho, we're gonna paint the old passenger side here. Probably do a little bit more in the back, since there's a little bit more thick rust back there. So I'll just do that floor pan as well. Both sides complete. And then I ran out of paint when I decided to do that back. And I started to do this one, and yeah, ran out of the oxides of primer there. But I bought some gloss red. I think I'm gonna put down instead of the black, since the carpet will be red for the most part. And it'll give it more of a sheen, and something for the kill mat to stick to a little better, maybe. I don't know. It's my first time, so go easy. No, I'm just kidding. I think I'm gonna do the headliner now before I do the nice gloss red, so it doesn't get all the garbage overspray on it and all the dust that that's gonna make. So I'm gonna wear wheel that. Try not to get it all over everything, like that's gonna happen. Yeah. Wear wheel. What's black and white and red all over? Newspaper. Got him in there hot boxing, painting the headliner slash roof. Oh yeah. Going black, baby. The black is done. Had a laxer, so he hosed around the door there. It looks like a black inner roof structure. And I got this kill mat here. And then I'm wondering if I shouldn't put up in between that rail. So I'll go up on either side, follow it, and then on the back side, put it across the roof. But it'll cover up that nice black. So, I don't know. Might not. Might just put it on the floor. Maybe a little back behind the door. Keep her quiet. Then I gotta get some plastic for here. Keep my door panels dry. some speed holes leading to the outside here. So this stuff might actually cover that pretty well. But now that the headliner is done, no speed quotes there, I'm gonna brush paint the floor red since it's pretty much dry. Dries fast. Got that hardener in there, and it's super humid, a little hot out. So I'm gonna paint it red. Brushed on the old Rust-Oleum red. Look at all that brightness. Shoo-wee! Even did back there. Those bare spots are the plugs. A little bit there. I don't know where the seat's gonna meet the door panel, and I figured red would look better than garbage, so I painted that as well. It's about ready for carpet. Pretty excited about that. Get her out of the basement, get it off the pool table. Maybe the cats will stop laying on it. We'll get her in here. She'll look pretty freaking good. Yeah, I think so too. Daisy's excited. Right, girl? You got a bug crawling on you. I know. There it is crawling on you. I'll get it. Back later. Just got back from another local car cruise with the Ranchero. Daisy doesn't want to get out, so we'll leave her in there. And we'll work on some more kill mat here. I'll prop my door open because the Ranchero's too close. That'll do. And you can see how I started putting in some of this kill mat stuff. Put it in the back under the seat. Made her pretty uniform. Should be good enough. There's nothing symmetrical about that floor though. It's a lot more open area, wide over here and smaller over there. Maybe the tunnel's off center or something, but even the, I don't know, even the tunnel didn't seem square. But, oh, sleepy dog. Alright. I think I'm gonna put some more here. It's a little tin canny right there. And then we'll try and do each side uniform at the same time in case I run out and I don't have just one wide open side before I can get more, something like that. But I definitely want to do at least some under the seat and definitely some where the engine and trans and noise will be. It's very dark in there, sorry. But floorboards for sure. Gonna get some more cranked out. So my dad put something similar to this kill mat stuff in his 59 pickup. So I was asking him where the little rolly thing was so I could borrow it since I got this on the Amazon. It didn't come with something. So he apparently lost it or something, but he gave me this engine stand wheel. So I've just been rolling around with this lately. And it seems to work. It gets the little crinkles out. Does a pretty good job. Just like any old wheel will work. Don't need to spend the $7 for a tool or $13 or whatever it is when you got a old wheel you can use right there. So it's been working well. I don't know if you need to do the whole floor, but I'm definitely going to do the middle. And then we'll space something out. There'll be little gaps. I'll cut a hole around the C-bolts. And then I'm leaving these plugs accessible. Maybe we'll do something here. Since I did a little bit of something on the back. Maybe I'll just do that. I could do that still. I'll do that. Anyway, we'll see. There we go. Got the kill mat all installed where I want it. Floor is definitely not symmetrical side to side. This giant hump right here is not on the other side. you know. And I got my bag of plugs. So I plugged these 3 holes. I stole every plug out of that Sport Fairy before I sold it. Before I listed it, I gotta put one in there still. And I think that's gonna wrap up the old part 1 of the interior redo here. I don't know if I'm gonna put any of that kill mat stuff on the roof yet and just fog it gloss black or not. I don't know, we'll see. But we'll call this part 1, and then in part 2 we're gonna put the door panels on, and then the seat, this door panel also. But I'll give you a little teaser here. I grabbed the carpet out of the old basement. It's the pre-fit stuff, or the pre-molded a little bit from the old Rock Auto. It actually looks pretty good. It's a tuxedo, red and black, and it comes with the old cat foot. They like fresh carpet, I guess. But that looks pretty sweet in there. I gotta get the bolt, learn how to talk, get the broken studs out for the throttle pedal there, accelerator pedal, because they have studs that go through the floor and somehow they're ground off the top and the nuts are still in. I don't know. But that's what that little area is. That's where that goes. But anywhooser, that's where we're gonna stop this video. Next stop is putting the carpet in, putting the seat in. Part 2, finish off the interior. And I gotta see about doing some of that steering wheel. There's a local guy that redoes them, so I'll see what that costs. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you stay tuned and watch part 2. It'll be cooler, I'm sure. A lot more finishing stuff up, but I've never used that kill mat stuff, and it looks pretty good. The engine stand wheel worked out pretty well. But I guess I'd recommend the stuff. It works pretty good. It's $50 for a couple hundred sheets or something. 100 sheets, 50, I don't know. I didn't use a ton, but you could. I don't think you have to do everything, but it looks good. Good enough. Well, this stuff is obviously cut to fit, but we'll worry about that in the next video. Check you later.